Good day, my friends, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. Welcome to my healing session today. It was going to be a live event, so I want to apologize. There were 4 people that said they wanted to come, and there were another 15 or so that said that they were interested. And typically, in the last 5 years of doing lives and whatnot, out of the 4 people that said they were interested, you get maybe 2 that will show up. And the challenge is that if I were to do a live and people are not showing up on the right time of me starting my live, and you're missing the information that you need to hear, then it is almost a waste of time if you're not hearing it from the beginning. So yesterday I decided that I would just record, because the recording of me doing this is still putting you through the process. And I'm going to give you new perspectives that I've risen to from all the years of work of devoting my life to working on the other side into now the pureness of all that is at the core, to all that is what everything comes from, and all the experiences I've gone through to gain these understandings, which is wisdom that I am giving back to those who are trying to find forgiveness. Being held back in the past of experiences that took you away from the pureness of light. And for a lot of you who follow me and support me, I know you are here and you're loving what I am putting out into the world right now by going through what I'm going to guide you through today. For those sitting in the background and just observing, that's completely okay too, because I'm going to bring new alignments of being open to the possibilities of what I am saying, being truthful, then putting you through the experience to see the own shiftings and changes happening in your life to rise you up in your life from the experiences that took you away from the pureness of light. For those who follow and they're in a space of judgment, know this is okay. I do not judge you for judging me for what it is I am doing, because I have the understandings to why we do these things, and it's not the truth to who we are. So, in me saying this, I am here for all. In me sharing these high truths of the eternal truth to what is, of how it works on the other side through the expansions of understanding. I have new perspectives. Like I said, I have new perspectives to show you visually, to connect with the alignments that I'm sharing, that will raise you up from the energies that are attached to your light body of energy within your human form. Now, I know this is a lot for a lot of people who are in a space of being skeptic, and that's completely okay. It's not going to change anything. But where I've grown to is to understand how to help you to align to what I'm sharing, so that you actually see the results and benefits from what it is I am here doing, investing my life working into these layers of frequencies and energy of the pureness of light to now gift it and bring to you. So, in starting with this session today for all people, it's bringing yourself to this alignment with me. And that is, let's pretend that what I am sharing has the potential to remove energy that's not the truth to who you are, that's lower vibration, that causes you to suffer in the different ways of whatever that might mean, being held back to past experiences of not feeling worthy or good enough, shame and guilt that we carry, or hate and resentments that we carry as well. And I lived through these experiences, so I understand the depths of those experiences of what I held on to. And as I'm sharing this with you, I want to honor each person and respect you for where you are on your path. But you need to be in a space where there's that part of you within you that wants to release the weight of hate and anger and resentments. There's a part of you that sees that you're tired of carrying this weight through your experiences as you progress in this lifetime. And you can see how it triggers you in relationships and holds you back from being the best version of yourself. Then there's those experiences of shame and guilt of the experiences of things that we've done, and also what others have done to us to keep us in that space of shame and guilt. And again, we have a right to feel these feelings, but you have to be in a space within yourself that I want to connect with today, is to release and feel that light within you that wants freedom from that weight of what that weight means for you. And this all comes down to not feeling worthy or good enough from all the experiences that took you away from the pureness of light. So if you're in a space with me, no matter where you are, big supporter that shows it, sitting in the back, just observing and watching me, or those who are judging, if we all come together right now in this moment and to just pretend for a moment that if he's saying these things of what I'm going to share next with you to put you in alignment with these things, if this is the actual truth and what he is sharing is the eternal truth to what is, then I'm just going to open up and allow the light to come in to bring healing, to then see the results of how you are lifted in your life to feel closer to the pureness of all that is. Now, if you're someone who is in a space, excuse me, is in a space, thank you for excusing me. If you're someone who is in a space where you do not believe in God, I respect and honor you for your path that have shown you those experiences to bring you to that space, or for those that do. Okay, I respect you no matter what you believe in. I'm not here to change a belief system in anyone, so I want you to know that. You are perfect for being who you are. I'm not here trying to convince you or make you believe me, okay? But it's just allowing yourself at face value for what I share to those alignments, to have the openness of the possibility that this is truthful. And if it is truthful, then I will align to this truth, at least for this session. I was thinking earlier a couple times for shits and giggles, okay? For some people who are in a space of judgment and skepticism, just for shits and giggles, okay? I'm going to be open to what he's sharing and to go through what he is able to do that has been transforming lives around the world for the last 5 years of me doing this. And more experiences I go through with all the people I go through of bringing healing to, and all the work I've done in 5 years on the other side, working in the lower vibrations of energy, all the way up now to the core of all that is. Okay. And if this is truthful with what Jeffrey's saying right now, and he is able to do something to release the experiences of the suffering I'm holding on to from the past, then I'm going to be open just for today to go through this, to hear his alignments, and then to go through the experience. Okay. So, in me sharing this with you in the best way possible that I can for those who are in a space to align, the experiences of harm that we have lived through are of lower vibrational energy that are attached to this earth dimension that we are here learning, growing, and evolving in. And as we went through the experiences of the past, our past generations never had the opportunity to be healed and to have these core understandings to end the suffering they were going through that they passed on to their children. Their children were not healed. They went through experiences of suffering, whatever that meant. They carried that weight. They carried the hate and resentments that they carried, the shame and guilt that they did actions onto another. It just repeats through the cycles of generations because there were no healings at those times that are happening now. You are receiving them now. I am a part of it now, giving it to you now because it has the understandings of what it didn't have before, because we are beings to learn, grow, and evolve. That is the way of our being. So, understanding this is, how do we feel forgiveness for the experiences of the past that took us away from the pureness of light? Through this earth plane and the experiences that we have lived through, we knew coming into this earth plane, but we forget the truth to who we are for the experience on why we're here. And we knew and I'll speak on myself now for the experiences of harm, okay? And this may be very triggering for many people, but I'm sharing the truth so I can align to emotionally. But I am here to bring healing to these experiences for you by sharing the truth of my life without any fear of judgment. I do not live in a space of fear judgment because that is within the human mind of where I once was, and I am not in that space no more. I have risen to the truth to who we are, and there is no fear to be had, okay, of judgment of anything when we're in the alignment of the truth to who we are. So now it's understanding by me sharing my life of those experiences and how I found forgiveness for my actions and understanding on why others harmed me. When I came into this earth plane, I knew my mother had alignments to the attachments of the vibrations of whatever she lived through and what she was able to offer me. I knew that my father had experiences of suffering or whatever he went through, and he could only offer what it was that he would offer, and I would go through experiences. Because when you have different layers of suffering attached to someone for what they lived through that took them away from the pureness of light, they have the vibration of that frequency attached to them. So as I lived through life, the first time I was touched inappropriately as a child, I had that experience from another who did it to me. Now, I carried hate and anger for why different alignments happened in my life, putting blame and staying at hatred towards a person on why they did harm to me. And it kept me stuck in this life. And I lived through a long period of time of hate and resentments. I had my father, and we have a beautiful relationship, and there's been much healing done, but it's understanding so you can find an alignment with me. So it's nothing bad or anything. But I once carried a lot of hate and anger towards my father because as a child growing, I didn't feel the love that I needed to feel from him. He couldn't give me that because he did not have that in his own conditioning. He could not give me something that he did not have because that aliveness is what moved through him through his own attachments to those forms of suffering. If my father had healing, then those things would never have happened, but I didn't come for that reason. I came because I knew he had different alignments so that he could offer me so I could understand on why I've come here to be in this moment now sharing it with you, of the fear I had at home, of the different suffering and just being afraid of being smacked in the back of the head or verbal or emotional abuse of whatever that meant in all those moments of where he held on to those triggers because no one had healings for him back then to what we of where we are now. So, but in those moments and all through my 20s and early 30s, I carried a lot of hate and anger. And I blamed him many times for why I was not successful of where I wanted to be and the mental health illnesses I was diagnosed with all throughout my life. It was all attached to energy that was actually causing them until the energy was released for me. But I carried the hate and resentments towards my father when I got older for how he treated me and the experiences I had with him. The experiences that I went through of being bullied every year and that feeling not worthy or good enough, the teachers treating me differently every year, not feeling worthy or good enough. I was feeling those vibrations of what others were doing to me. And then what happens is all these different energies that are within the different frequencies that we're learning and growing from here is attaching and aligning with me and putting a layer of their vibration around our light bodies of energy that is pure. So as I progressed, I had many times I tried to leave this plane by doing things to try to leave here. And the first time it was 12 years old when I first started. And I made that attempt to do that. And I had many more throughout my life because of the energy of the vibrations that caused me to not feel worthy or good enough. The pureness of who we are knows how worthy we are of our light essence of being. We are more than worthy of all things of the light. But then we forget coming into this earth plane that these experiences are going to unfold because we're gaining the wisdom to understand the vibration of what those offer, of the different experiences we go through, from the different frequencies and vibrations spread from all that is. So I hope that many of you are still aligning to understand with what I'm sharing, because you need to have these forms of alignments as we go into the healing session. So in my life, because all those experiences happened to me in the different ways that they happened to me, I had the vibration of the individual energies of those experiences of law of attraction. I was not healed. So law of attraction is going to bring to me more experiences in my life of those things unfolding, of more different experiences of whatever it would be sexual, of whatever it would be of not feeling worthy or good enough, of those vibrations I am now doing to myself as a teen and growing, as a young child actually, and growing, to tell myself I'm not worthy or good enough, I'm stupid, I'm blah, 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 right, of those things. But it's not the truth to who we are. It's the attached energy that vibrates through us to create the thoughts in our mind. Once the energy is removed of those vibrations, we no longer feel the attachment to those thoughts. So I still have thoughts of the past, but because the healings have been done with me through elders in the pureness of light to show me in removing these vibrations instantly for myself, I do not feel the pain of the past, where the thoughts, when I would have thoughts, they would then cause me to feel the hate and anger, shame and guilt, not feeling worthy or good enough. When those energies are removed of those vibrations of energy, we no longer feel it, and we rise up in our life. We are no longer attached to the experiences, believing we were once those experiences and that is who we are. We are not these experiences here. It's not the truth to who we are. It's just the energies we have attached to us, and we've come here to learn, grow, and evolve as we are evolving higher in the human consciousness, to understand as this world rises up from these lower energies that are not the truth to who we are. So as soon as I gained these understandings from the elders in the pureness of light, when I really grasped these understandings, that first we must understand ourselves. Before we can understand others, we must understand ourselves to feel forgiveness for ourselves. And in order to feel forgiveness for ourselves for the experience that we still are stuck in, to feel we are not worthy or good enough, or shame or guilt, it's understanding that before the experiences I've come here to live in, to learn and grow and to create consciously of whatever it is I wanted to create here as well, of why I've come here, is that if I had the energies removed from me, from those who touched me inappropriately as a child, from those who showed me that I was not worthy or good enough, they treated me poorly, they abused me in different ways, of whatever that meant. If I didn't have those experiences, and another one that just came to me was feeling abandoned. I felt abandoned by God. I felt whatever that God essence was, I felt so abandoned, because if I was so pure and so full of love, why are you not saving me? Why am I feeling this suffering? But again, it's the level of perspective that I could have to not understand. We come here to learn and grow, and our higher selves that we're extended from is learning and growing with us and can't intervene, because we have to do the work to rise out of it. And that's what we've come here to do as we're learning, growing, and evolving through these different vibrations of energy. So going back to understanding on feeling forgiveness and understanding, if I didn't have any of those energies attached to me of the harm that was done to me, I would have been staying in the pureness of unconditional love, staying in a place of unity, supporting one another in the purest way, having compassion for all things, the truth to who we are. I would never have done the things I've done, because of the experiences of the attachments of lower energy that was attached to me. That aliveness causes us to do harm to ourselves or others. It's not the truth to who we are. It's the attachment to that aliveness that overpowers our light energy, because we are so far in distance from our main source of energy as we're down here of the separation that offers lower vibrational energies that we're learning and growing from and also rising up from in this lifetime here. And if I had healings like I had over the last 5 years working in the pureness of light, if I had those healings as a child, I would never have done the things that I've done where I've harmed myself and others. It couldn't have happened. Those channels would not have been attached to me that would have caused those experiences to happen. Because of law of attraction, all those different frequencies of lower vibrations, law of attraction is going to bring more experiences to you because it is what is a part of you, but it is not the truth to who we are. But this is why these things unfold. It's because we hold on to the energy, and all those that are stuck in those different forms of energy as well, law of attraction are going to bring us together. And they're going to do things that are of that space as we are in a space as well, doing the things that we're doing. But that's why they all happen. That's why they come to us. It's why those repeat of patterns happen, of things that keep happening, because we're stuck holding on to that energy, but we don't have the wisdom or knowledge to know more. Now I'm giving it from my perspective of why I'm here today sharing it. So now when I align to that for myself, when I truly felt the possibility, well, it wasn't a possibility. When you went through my experiences with the elders of light, it wasn't, I knew that was an alignment and released me from the shame and guilt for all the things I wish I could have been better at. I should have done more. I should have known more. No, I did the best I could with what I had from what I was conditioned in as I continued on my path. I was able to forgive and release with these core understandings to feel forgiveness for myself because I could align it to the eternal truth of what was being shown to me to free me from believing I was not worthy or good enough. It was a false belief that I carried all throughout my life. Now that I understand that with myself, now I look back to all those who harmed me, to all those who showed me I was not worthy or good enough, who treated me poorly in the ways that they treated me in the different forms of abuse of what that meant for those experiences. It happened to them. Every experience, you cannot do harm of a certain experience unless it was not done to you. You have the attachment because someone did it to you. Past generations were darker and in more darkness, more darkness, more darkness than where we are today. All of us are equal for who we are. And we've been rising up from the past of those of slavery, of women not having rights, of being bullied, of being treated in sexual different ways where we shouldn't be treated, or whatever those experiences are. We're not in that space anymore because we've evolved to rise up and out of it because the human consciousness has been doing the work to rise up. So in looking back at the person who did it to me, I understand now today it was not anything personal to who I was. I understand that when my father was unable to give me the love I needed and all that that he held on to of those experiences of fear at home and suffering of what I lived at home, if my father was healed and released of those energies, I know that his parents or what he went through of those experiences, they passed it on because they lived through it. My grandparents lived through it and so on. And it's the same for all of us. Whoever did it to us, it happened to them, and there were no healings, and they were in a darker space of time. And the past generation before was a darker space of time, less healings, less speaking about it. We didn't have World Wide Web, so we could all evolve at a more quicker rate as we are and have been for the last 20 years. So it's having this understanding of compassion, because when you can find compassion for yourself from all that I've just shared, then you can understand everyone else is the exact same. It doesn't matter if they did things differently. We are all different beings of different vibrations of who we actually are, of soul bodies within. We all learn different things from past lives because, yes, we've had past lives. We learn and grow from those experiences of those vibrations that offer the experiences that will unfold from those different frequencies that play a different aliveness. Okay, but we are not these experiences. So, as I said, when you can find forgiveness for yourself, when you can understand the eternal truth of what this is, of where we are in this simulation, learning, growing, and evolving through these experiences, it's understanding to feel forgiveness and to know that you are worthy, you are good enough, and to reconnect back to that worthiness that you are. And you never deserved anything of harm of the past, but now you have the understandings to why they happened. And having compassion because you are choosing to release and let go of hate and anger that you held on to, because whatever the experience we went through with those in the past, they held on to suffering of different vibrations that it overpowers the light body of energy through the human form to be triggered and to act out of that suffering, of that vibration, of whatever it is of their suffering. And that's what's coming from them. If they were healed, they would never have acted that way. Those channels of energy, of vibrations, would never have been attached to them. So it is impossible that they would have done those actions to us as we have done it to others. If we were healed and had that removed, we would never have done the things that we've done. So we're rising back up now to the eternal truth, to what is with what I am sharing. Okay? So after going through these alignments of understanding, feeling abandoned, those who abandoned us, or we felt that we were abandoned, perhaps with my father, I felt abandoned of not feeling loved or worthy or good enough because he was not in the space to be able to show me. Then it's understanding that he was abandoned. He felt that vibration of abandonment. Now that aliveness comes through him of abandonment, that those experiences will unfold, but I was just there, a part of his journey, and I felt that feeling of abandonment from feeling love in the way that I needed to as a young boy. But again, now knowing what we know of ourselves and why others have done these things in the way that they've done it, I have so much compassion because I'm not weighed down with the lower vibrations of energy attached to me as I've risen back up into the pureness of light of who we are. I am not attached to these experiences no more that took me away from feeling worthy or good enough. I have compassion for myself of knowing, and now I have compassion to those who are also stuck with energy of lower vibration that caused them to do it to us. And again, if they were healed, they would never have done those things to us. They would have treated us away as they would have been risen, like I have been risen in my life to be sharing with you now in this way. They would have been too. So it's coming back to compassion. One of the challenges to overcome in this earth plane is to no longer blame yourself or others. It's aligning to all that I've just shared. There is no one to blame, but the level of perspective of where we were, at least for myself, of where I once was, I had a right to feel those feelings, but I have the understandings now to rise up, and there is no one to blame. And it's knowing that, but it's allowing everything I just shared to align to your life of the eternal truth to what is. And if you are open now, I will bring you through a healing session now. I will connect you even through the recording. It doesn't matter. I don't need to be next to people. All the people I've healed around the world, I've never worked one-on-one with someone in front of me. I don't need to, because I have the understandings of the eternal truth and the power and the pureness of light of how things work in this simulation that we're in here, that I don't need to be next to anyone. Because you have the alignments to new perspectives to align to, it is your free will now to allow yourself to align to this, that if all this is what Jeffrey's saying right now is truthful, if this is the actual truth, then I will be open to allow his connection to the core, to all that is that I've risen to. So if you're in a space and you are open to the possibility of all that I've just shared to being the eternal truth to what is here in this whole time, that you've been aligning to these experiences and holding them, that they were personal. Yes, they were personal, but it wasn't actually personal to the truth to who you were and are. and that you're growing into as we all rise up back into the pureness of all that is. So some of the main things that you need to know going into this now connection, I'm going to connect you with the pureness of all that is to have headphones. They are going to make a difference. I know the lower vibrations will get in the way. They'll move through animals. Animals need to be removed, okay? You need to hold this space sacred with me because lower vibrational energy will use different things to take you out of alignment with the things that I am sharing with you. So it's removing any animals out of your space just for this, okay? And I'm doing this for your highest good because I have this knowledge at the highest perspective to bring to you for your highest good so that things don't interfere with our connection of bringing healing, to remove these lower vibrational energies from you by going, through this process, okay? So having headphones, if you have them, if you don't, you absolutely don't have any. It's better to do this than to not do it, obviously. But I'm telling you, using headphones is going to make a difference. It keeps the distractions away because it will try to make noises to take you out of alignment to not hear the things I'm saying. So use headphones if you have them. 0 distractions around you, okay? You must have 0 distractions around you because it will take you out of alignment. And then also with animals, they will move and shift and move around. And I know the lower vibrational energies will try to use that to get you out of alignment. I actually had to remove my cat and start this over again. Oh yeah, because the cat starts coming around and doing things to try to interfere. And I have this alignment. It's not to the personal to who my cat is, but I know that there's energy that will cause shifting and feeling like doing something that will interfere. So please have 0 distractions around you. Okay? Oh, there we go. So it's getting yourself nice and comfortable, and make sure if you're using a cell phone or whatnot, your cell phone is on silent. Okay? So make sure your cell phone is on silent. And to put yourself in a nice, comfortable state. Your physical body is laying back. Please, if you're doing this, use light. Have light on wherever you are. If it feels comfortable with darkness, understand it's the vibration of darkness, likes darkness. It doesn't like light. And we're working and I'm connecting you to the core of all that is in the pureness of light. So flick on lights or have lights coming, light into your room. I'm bringing you to light, okay? And it's getting yourself, like I said, your physical form now is nice and comfortable, feeling so relaxed with where you are, and just taking a moment now. So in this moment, as you were so comfortable with where you're laying, it's leaving everything I said at face value. And it's having yourself in a space that if everything Jeffrey just said of these experiences that we are in, it wasn't my energy, it was different vibrations of lower energy attached to me from when I suffered, because those who suffered before me were not healed. And that's why it caught on to me of these energies. So if there are truly lower vibrational energies that keep causing me to suffer, I want those to be released from me today through this truth of what he's speaking, because it is your free will to deeply desire to want these removed and aligning to the eternal truth to all that I've shared on. And it's using our imagination, imagining that we are going to connect to the core of all that is, through all the frequencies and vibrations, through all time and space, right to that core space at the beginning of all that is, that is where I'm going to connect you. So if that is truthful with where Jeffrey's connecting me, that's going to bring healing to remove these lower energies off my soul body, then I am allowing this to happen and saying yes within your mind that this is the alignment that you are allowing to unfold. It's imagining and just pretending that with each breath in through your desire, that you're going to breathe in the pureness of all that is. So breathing that into your body all the way down to your toes. And as you breathe out with each breath out, breathing out all the lower vibrations of energy that you've held on to from your experiences of the past, you are now choosing to release those from you today through the knowledge and wisdom I have given you. And with each breath in, breathing in that deep desire, the connection to all that is in the pureness of light, just setting that intention and allowing it to happen by breathing it in and then breathing out the energy that you carry that you do not, where you did not have the understandings for it. And if it is truthful, that yes, I'm breathing this energy that is not the truth to who I am out of me. And as you're doing this, I would like you to focus on the feeling of how the air feels. There's no expectations of what you're trying to feel other than the air of how it feels entering into your body. Noticing the sensations and staying focused with observation and awareness to the sensations of how the air feels. As you breathe it in, and as you breathe it out, staying in that alignment of just observing the sensations, of focusing on how it feels in your body. I would like you to bring awareness to your face, around your eyes, your cheeks, and forehead. And I would like you now to breathe in the pureness of light through that intention into your face. And as you breathe out all tension, all muscles letting go in your face as you breathe out. I would like both palms on either side of you as well as you were laying there reclined back, whatever's most comfortable for you. But both palms are on either side of you, face down, and your legs are straight, not crossed. And it's bringing awareness now to your neck and shoulders. Breathing in the pureness of light into your neck and shoulders. And as you breathe out, releasing all tension, all muscles letting go. It's now bringing awareness to your arms, to your hands, right to your fingertips. Breathing in the pureness of light into this space. And again, when you breathe out, releasing all tension, all muscles letting go. It's bringing awareness now to your upper back, your lower back, your chest, your tummy. Breathing in the pureness of light into the space. And again, as you breathe out, feeling all muscles letting go. All tension letting go as you breathe it out. I would like you now to bring awareness to your legs, to your feet, and to your toes. Breathing in the pureness of light again into this space by just allowing it to happen and unfold. And as you breathe out, feeling the tension letting go. And now it's coming back to your breath. Just observing the feeling of the sensations of how the air feels moving into your physical form. And as you breathe it out. In this moment, it is allowing the truth of my light and the pureness of light to come into your space to bring healing to these lower frequencies and vibrations. So saying yes within your mind, allowing me now to step into your space with you. There is nothing you need to do. It's just allowing me to enter into your space with the pureness of light. In this moment, I am connecting to the core, as I have explained earlier, to all that is in the pureness of light. And it is entering into my body, down my arms, into my hands. And it is you now, through your deep desire, through the truth, and only of the alignments that I have shared with you, are you allowing this to unfold. If it is truthful, then it is your deep desire and free will in this moment to breathe it in as I shine the light upon you. Breathing it in through the top of your head, through the deep desire of the truth of what I am sharing, and allowing it to move through every part of the eternal truth to who you are within. Allowing the pureness of light of all that is at the core to all things in the pureness of light, allowing it through your deep desire to connect, to move through every aspect of the truth to who you are, to bring freedom to all that I've shared of lower energy that has been attached to you from your experiences that you have lived through, where you have gained these attachments, understanding we are beings to come here to learn, grow, and evolve through the experiences that are offered from the expansion of the oneness of all that is, remembering you are not these experiences. We have come here to learn, grow, and evolve through these experiences so our soul being gains the wisdom to understand more. It's honoring who we were in the moments of when we suffered, of the belief systems that we had built around those experiences. It's honoring who we were in those moments. But you are choosing to rise up from those false beliefs of a lower perspective of where we once were because we were not evolved to understand more than we knew at those times. And it's allowing the pureness of all that is to move through releasing and shedding of the lower vibrations attached to you, feeling unconditional love and compassion for yourself to release the experiences from the past where you once believed you were not worthy or good enough. And it's just allowing the light to flow to where it needs to go. Breathing it in, the pureness of all that is in this moment, allowing yourself to embrace the core of all that is in the pureness of light. As you breathe it in, just allowing it to flow to where it needs to go for your highest good, to release those low vibrations from you. Releasing law of attraction to bring more experiences to you because you have gained the wisdom and knowledge to know more. Because you have learned from my perspectives of the eternal truth to what is, you have now gained the knowledge and wisdom to understand more of your experiences and healing the inner child within you that was stuck attached to those experiences and allowing all that is of unconditional love to flow to who you are within, to be embraced back into the light. And it's allowing all that energy to also feel unconditional love because it too needed to have healings of those who are stuck in these planes. It's allowing unconditional love for all those who harmed us, allowing it to connect and ripple through all space and time of your ancestors, to receive healing that never received healing because it was not offered as it is being offered now in this moment. Because if they were healed and had this opportunity as what you are going through now, they would never have done the actions that they have done. So it's allowing compassion to flow to them of all that is of the core of the pureness of light, to move and to spread into all those as you feel compassion for yourself now being risen because you are ready to rise up from those experiences of the past. Breathing it in again of all that is. And as you breathe out, it expands to all those who harmed you to be healed as well, that never had the opportunity to be healed. Because you have been tired and exhausted of the weight that you've carried to not fully understand. And you are choosing today that if this is the eternal truth to what is, then allowing, and also that you are ready to feel forgiveness for yourself and towards others, then breathing it in again as it's amplified through your entire being of the pureness of light, releasing all energy as you have learned, you have grown, and now you are evolving from these experiences as you rise up back into the pureness of light, knowing you have always been worthy and good enough, and that you are not these experiences that you have once lived through. It is not the truth to who we are. And embracing that as you breathe in the pureness of light and just allowing it to flow to where it needs to go. It is allowing the consciousness and aliveness of the core of all that is in the pureness of light to also bring healing to the areas that are for your highest good, to continue to bring opportunities that will unfold on your path for your highest good, that will bring you more joy, more excitement to your life of what that means as you feel unconditional love for yourself moving forward. It's allowing your left hand of your physical hand to place over your heart in this moment. And it is allowing the pureness of all that is of the core of the eternal truth to what is to move down from your head, down your body, into your left hand, and into your heart. It is you allowing it to move through your heart to release the lower energies that have been attached that took you away from the pureness of light. It's imagining now with me that lines of light will leave your feet and go into the earth. Mother Earth will drain and remove and cleanse and clear any energies from you that are within these dimensions that it has power over to cleanse and to remove from you. So if this is truthful, that you are open now to this truth to remove lower energy that is not yours, that has caused you to be stuck in past experiences, that you are allowing it to leave your feet, these lines of light, and it's going to spread into the hundreds, into the earth. So it's breathing in with me the pureness of light into your heart. And as you breathe out, 25% of what was there is now being lifted, being washed away, going down your body, down to your feet, and into the earth. It is that deep will and desire within you of the hate and anger that you had a right to hold on to, but you are exhausted and you have learned enough of what you've carried from that. And if all the things I have said has been true to the eternal truth to who we are and how it works here, understanding that they were not healed and it was the aliveness attached to them from their own suffering, then you are choosing and releasing the hate and resentments and anger, allowing your heart to be cleansed of that, breathing out another 25% of what's been around your heart to take you away from the pureness of light. In this moment, there are walls that were placed up within you throughout your experiences that took you away from the pureness of light, and you are taking your power back. Imagining you have a sledgehammer and you are going to smash those walls down, not of hate or anger, but to take your empowerment back to the unconditional love of worthiness of knowing of who you are within at the beginning of your creation. And these walls that you are smashing down are released, that you have placed up within yourself when you first suffered as a child and growing, and at once protect you to not feel that suffering, but you are choosing to take your power back. And you have grown to understand more, and you do not need these walls placed up as it blocks you from feeling more of the truth to who we are. But you have gained the wisdom and knowledge to understand more, and breathing in again the pureness of light into your heart space. And as you breathe out, all that being lifted, being transmuted into light, going down your feet into the earth, releasing and cleansing from you. It's breathing in again, one more time into your heart space, all that is there that you held on to that is left. As you breathe out through that deep desire of rejoicing back into the pureness of light, releasing all lower energy that you've held on to, that you no longer wish to hold on to of those experiences, reclaiming your birthright back into the pureness of light. with me now in this moment. It's allowing the light to be amplified of the eternal truth to who you are within, allowing yourself to feel again if you've been blocked from feeling. As I amplify the brightness of the light of all that is moving through you, I will amplify it through your free will to allow me to even more and more and more. And breathing that into your body. And as you breathe out, the light expands out from you. Understanding the being of your higher self has never been separated from you. And it is your free will of what that means to you, of the being you've been extended from, and the pureness of light comes to you now and embracing you in this moment, rejoicing back into the pureness of light. Understanding you have learned and you have grown through this experience today. It means you evolve, releasing all the experiences that you once had, the perspectives you had. You did the best you could in those moments. You are not those experiences. The energy is being lifted from you and feeling peace and calmness as you move forward, saying out loud in this moment, if you're able to, I am free. I am free. I am free. And breathing in all that is at the core. And as you breathe out, feeling the peace and calmness. It's understanding as you move forward that you may not feel what you felt when you think of the experiences of the past. For those of you who are ready to release through these words I have shared with you today, you will notice the feeling is not attached as it was before. It's feeling so grateful in this moment with all the light energy and the pureness of light that has moved through the session today, as it has so much love for you in return, to allow yourself to have been open through my process today, through all my personal experiences that I have gone through in this dimension and in all other dimensions while I have been awoken to do this work, to bring this to you, to rise up as we all rise up together from what the past generations never had the opportunity to have had, because the oneness has learned what it needed to learn through its expansion to rise its children back up into the pureness of light, releasing it from the lower energies that were trapped in those spaces, being healed as we all are special and unique for just being who we are. Not one being is better than the other, because we've all lived through different experiences to understand things differently, and that is perfection. So it's breathing in this moment, coming back to the space in your room. And when you breathe in again, it's wiggling your fingers and toes, feeling your physical body. And as you breathe in again, slowly opening your eyes now and coming back to me. I know many of us are like, no, I don't want to come back. You can live in this space throughout each day, being aware and aligned to the energy I connected you to by breathing in, becoming present, and living through this each day. Doesn't mean each day is going to be perfect, but we're not these experiences here, and we're doing the best we can. We have a choice. There are experiences I still go through, but I understanding it's happening to the unfolding of what is to come. And sometimes it is uncomfortable, but I shift myself knowing that it's for the highest good of what's going to unfold, and things always work out. They always have. And when we look back, we can see that in the past. So it's knowing that as you move forward, for some, you may feel emotional for a day or two because there's been a lot of energy released from you. And then at 3, 4, 5, 6 days, you notice you're lifted and you're not where you once were. And that's what happens when you do this work that I am giving back into this world today. This is the unfoldings of how it happens. Typically, if you're in a space where in say a week, for instance, not much has changed, you still feel the same way, well, then what I will share with you is, what are you not ready to forgive yourself for? What are you not ready to forgive others for? Because those attachments of energy will be a part of you. I've shared the eternal truth to what is, of how these things happen. It's not our fault. It's not the fault of those who harmed us. It's been the energy that we can't see running on different frequencies, and that vibration of those different vibrations of lower energy is what was attached to them, because that's how it's been through the past generations in this earth plane. There is no one to blame anymore for this. So it's releasing that. And if you're not in a space where you are ready to yet, I understand, because I've been there and I lived in it for a long time of not forgiving and staying in that space. And I had a right to feel that way, but I've rose to a space where I don't need more experiences to go through to carry this weight of what I've carried. And it is just that I've had the experiences with elders to put me through these experiences that I am giving back to you today in this moment. Okay. So I want to share a little bit more in detail for some of you who either you're open to hearing more and you want to learn more from what I'm sharing, or those who are enlightened in spirituality, those who are shaman, those who are gifted in different ways, and you've been growing and you want to understand more with what I'm going to share. I'll share a little bit more to understand a couple things, okay? So the first part, I have some cool visuals. Okay, I'm going to show you guys to help you align. I'm then going to share about my life to a degree of my suffering, okay, and how I can align emotionally with each of you on that emotional level of how we've suffered in the past and where you might still be, or the experiences you want to release from and you don't know how, but you can see how this weight affects you in your life to not being the best version that you can be, for what that means for you. For me, saying that, it means unconditional love. I love myself today unconditionally. And there's no way the person in the past of who I once was could ever say that to you. So that is one of the beautiful things. Finding forgiveness, feeling forgiveness for yourself and your actions of the things that you have done in this lifetime, and understanding why these things actually happen here is not your fault. And I will share in detail with the visuals I'll share with you. Okay. So we're going to go through some understandings that I am not attached to anything here of the earth plane. of the belief systems that are here, but I honor each person for what you believe in. So I want to go back and just state that no matter what religion, whatever it is, I honor you because I know you're learning and growing on your life path, and this is perfection for why you've come here. Okay, so I know that, and I just want to say that to each of you. No matter what you believe, I honor you for who you are. And again, I'm not here to try to make you believe anything. I'm here to give you the eternal truth to what is, and then to guide you through the experience to release the energies of lower vibrational energy that's attached to you from the experiences of when you first suffered, and then all the experiences afterward, to gain the empowerment back over the truth to who you are. A very beautiful being in the pureness of light is where we all come from. So now I will show you. I'm going to have to turn off. I love this beautiful scenery I have here. And I'm going to turn it off for a moment, okay? Because you can't really see the green screen. I put a little green screen behind me because it's absolutely beautiful having this, but I'm going to shut it off for a moment just so you guys can see. Where is it here? Visual. Okay. So I'm going to shut it off for a moment. Oh, didn't work. So apply. Click on there, remove all. Perfect, ta-da. Okay, I was in heaven for a moment. Here I am, but guess what? I'm still vibing in that heaven feeling of that pureness of light. Doesn't matter which space I go to, I'm still in alignment with it, and that's what I want to bring to each of you. So through all the different frequencies and vibrations, they're all different dimensions of space of what that vibration offers. Now I'm going to try, I was never a person to understand any of this until I went through all the experiences with different elders in the pureness of light to show me to understand. So I'm going to do my best to make it so simple to try to understand so you can gain these alignments to free the lower energies from you so you can rise up in your life. So imagine at the beginning of time with me, there is the oneness of all that is. And throughout whatever reasoning, it expanded itself outward. What would that look like? Well, the visual I had to come to me is like a record. Now, I took this from my roommate downstairs, okay, to get this, but this is the perfect example. Is imagine the oneness being here expanded itself. And all these different lines going out are frequencies. And that frequency offers a different sound. It offers a different aliveness. Okay? Excuse me. The further we get away from the oneness, so from the center here of the pureness of all that is at the core, it expanded itself, and then it has all these different layers, okay, of frequencies. And each frequency offers a different tune. It offers a different aliveness of whatever that vibration is in that space. It offers a spectrum of possibilities of what that tune would do with an aliveness of whatever's in that space. It has to play that tune. So the aliveness of what is in that space has to be only of that space. So as we go outward and we go further away from the pureness of all that is at the center, now we're getting a further away. So now there's starting to become more darkness. So it's not as pure as up here. So the aliveness from the pureness of here comes outward, outward, outward. And all these are different dimensions and spaces that play different tunes of different aliveness. And we're over here, just for an example of understanding through this alignment that I'm sharing with you. So to go a little bit more in depth, imagine we zoomed in, because this is massive, more massive than my human mind here speaking with you can even comprehend on the massiveness of what it is, but it is beyond our imagination to understand. There's our main source of energy, or our core of all that is within this space. It creates consciousness. It is consciousness in here. So it has the aliveness of thoughts created within its pureness of like a being in this space. Okay, so there's aliveness of consciousness in that space. And then it starts shooting out its little souls, you can say, to start exploring. And then it starts exploring outward and outward and outward, understanding the different frequencies through its expansion of its oneness to understand more of the truth to what it is, what it offers. And so it's having and grasping that. Now, as it explored outward, the main source of the pureness of all that is created a main source of energy within this space. So it is attached to here, but it is spreading out of different main sources of energy, and then it expands out, and every frequency is getting further away, so it's different aliveness within those spaces. So that, with that, now